So cheers to you and good, happy Friday morning. So let's get the family in here. If you come in, just say hello and let us know you're here. I'm going to share this out and hopefully you'll help me share it out. And remember to turn my volume off. Okay, I don't see anybody yet. Good morning. Where is everybody? Deirdre, good morning. Oh, Rick Morrow. Rick, are you out of that hospital? Please give me some good news because I want you home with your Josie. Thank you, Deirdre, for sharing. I'm sharing it now. And I see we have more people, but nobody's commenting. So come on in. The weather's fine. Stacy, good morning to you. Stacy, are you going to work today? You're still in the hospital. I'm not liking that news, Rick. What do we have to do to get you out of there? We've been praying and chanting. Oh, good morning, Charlie. I'm glad you're on with us early today. Hi, Tammy Fisk. Oh, you only have a few minutes with us today, Stace. Well, we'll take that few minutes over no minutes for sure. All right, so let me see who all is on now. Linda Lemieux, oh my goodness, you made it. Good morning. Oops. I did something and touched my computer. I hate it when I do that. Okay. There we are, we're back. You have to be at work at 9:30. You got plenty of time, girlfriend. Yeah, Rick Morrow, we are going to send the Mod Squad for sure and rescue you from that hospital. Let's send some more prayers up and put you in our prayer circle today. Christina, you were in my dreams last night. You were, I think, visiting me. You wanted to come be with me in Aspen. Good morning, Shri. Good to see you. And yes, Linda, how is Dick doing? And are they doing the surgery anytime soon for him? Just let us know. We've been praying for you and for him and hoping that all that gets resolved and that he is able to get the surgery that he needs. I know, right, Christina? I don't remember the exact dream. I just know you were here with me and there was a lot of laughing. I do remember that. I need my wingman here. Okay, what else is going on? It is definitely Friday. Good morning, Erica. Okay, Linda, thanks for asking. Hubby had a leaky mitral valve. They sent him home. They're going to try medication before they do surgery. Okay, well, we will pray that that medication works and that he won't have to undergo the surgery for sure. We're so glad you're here, Linda. We miss you when you're not here. You are a big part of our family, and I wish you were here with me. It would have been fun to have you on that gondola yesterday. Did you all get to see the video of the gondola ride? My very first ever gondola ride. I had to conquer my fear. You all know I have a fear of heights, but in the gondola, you can hold on. There's really nothing to be afraid of, and I did good. all the way up the mountain and most of the way back down the mountain. Had a little scare on the way down. The winds here have been really high. We couldn't go on it day before yesterday, because the winds were too high. They closed it. So there's a sign, which I forgot about, and the sign says that if the winds get too high, they may stop the gondola until they can safely bring us the rest of the way. So we get to a certain point down the mountain and the gondola stops. And we're just sitting there. And I looked at Ruth and I said, "Why are we stopped?" And it started rocking and rolling. So that was just a little moment of, uh-oh. I didn't panic. I just called on Archangel Michael to calm the winds down so that we could get the rest of the way down the mountain and back onto the ground. But it was awesome. It was really awesome to step outside of my comfort zone and to do something like that I had never done before, never even really thought about doing before. But I'm so glad that I did. It was really good. Who's here? Lauren, good morning to you. And Deirdre says the gondola ride looked awesome. You would have loved it, Dee. You would have absolutely probably just laughed the whole way because it was that much fun, and ooh and ah, because when you're up there on top of the mountain and you're looking back down and seeing all the beauty of the valley and the mountains surrounding, it's really good. Good morning, Becky. No, it really wasn't scary, Becky, at all. It was very cool to do that and to be able to see from that height. And then when we were up on the top of the mountain, it was like a little attraction area. We went into a fairy cave. Good morning, Suzanne. And Linda says, "Oh, I wish I was there. Yes, I saw the gondola ride. You did so well. Another step taken." Exactly. Another step to conquer another fear. That's what we do, right? We have these things in our mind for whatever reason, and it brings us to a butterfly in the stomach feeling. And that's kind of what was going on. I was like, okay, I know I'm a little bit antsy about it, but I'm going to do it. Becky, you would love it. Stacy, yes. Okay, I have to tell you the story of the fairy cave. This was so cool. So the cave was discovered, I don't know what year, hundreds of years ago. And it was a guy who was digging for gold. He didn't find any gold, but he did find the cave. And as he explored more in the cave, of course, this was before flashlights even. They had to use candles and I forget what they're called, the big lights like they used on the railroad, that type of light. So he's exploring the cave and he had 14 kids. His oldest daughter was 14. I think her name was Elizabeth. Her name was Elizabeth. So Elizabeth explored the cave with him. And as the candlelight hit some of the, I get them mixed up, but the ones that hang down, those formations, it's either stalactite or stalagmite. As her candlelight hit that, there was water that sparkled, little drops of water. So she looked at that and she said, "There's fairies in here." So she found fairies inside of this cave, and it goes back a long, long, long way. Good morning, Sally. So therefore, it was called the fairy cave. And the legend is that if you're walking through the fairy cave and one of those droplets of water falls down on you, you've been kissed by a fairy, and it brings you really, really good luck. Well, we weren't dripped on. I kept wanting to. I'm like standing under a droplet of water. I'm like, please fall down on me. But we did see the water droplets, and it was really cool as we walked through the cave and saw that. Stalagmites hang down. Thank you, Sally. So there were all these formations of the rocks, that the stalagmites that were hanging down. We had to just like keep dodging them. But as we went through the cave, there were different areas where the tour guide explained, all these different little coves inside the cave, and we were able to look in and see the formations there. But what was very, very interesting was as you could see how the rocks had changed and shifted, and they changed color. So there was a lot of color inside the cave. And one of the formations that it made looked like bacon that we eat. So they call it bacon. So as we were walking through this cave, you could see bacon everywhere, and it looked just like you could take it off the wall and eat this bacon. And there were different places where you could go in and look. There was like water and the really pretty, like clear stalactites then that were coming up, and the stalagmites coming down. It was just a beautiful experience. We walked and walked and walked and walked through this cave and explored and got really the history of the cave. That's what was so interesting, is to get the history and to see how it was all dug out. And we got to one point, and she goes, and this is where you used to be able to go. This would have been the end of walking. And then you had to crawl on your hands and your arms and legs, crawl through this crawl space to explore even further, to go back into the cave. So just really an interesting experience in the fairy cave yesterday at the top of the mountain. I know, I love it, Stacy. It was so amazing to have that experience. And there were lots of kids on the tour. They only took a certain amount in, of course, because of COVID, that we were only allowed in with a few other people. But there were kids in one of the families, and you could just see the awe in their face at looking at some of this stuff. Okay, so it was amazing, Becky. Yeah, and you would have loved the ride up too. It really was. It was fun. I have to admit, I conquered that fear. I'm really happy that I conquered that fear. And I'll have to tell Sherry Myers that I conquered the fear. And I'm going to read something that she wrote in her book about fear. Tony, hi, honey. Thank you for being here this morning. How are you doing, Tony? Yes, yesterday I woke up, I was so hot. And you can only take so many clothes off when you're hot. But today it's a good temperature. I haven't ventured outside. I did look out and saw the stars out there. But I'm good today. I'm back to normal. So yesterday was just a freaky day with the heat. I don't know what that was all about. Good afternoon to you, Hope. Hi, honey. I hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you, Stacy. And Shri, you're unable to do meditation and healing nowadays. Please tell me what to do. Were you doing it before this, Shri, or just you haven't been able to do meditation at all? So can you give me a little bit of clarity about what's going on with you? Because sometimes we reach a point where we're growing and expanding and searching. So this may be the case if you have been doing meditation and then all of a sudden you're not able to do it anymore. Okay, so I want to read this one page out of Sherry Myers' book. And it has to do with fear. As you know, I conquered my fear yesterday and I reached out. So it says, let's all get to big things, freed of our fears and fear of other people's fears. Enough already. In this tyranny of the bullshit that circles around in our heads and separates us. We have no time for that. Listen, we are in this together. Throughout history, people, ordinary people, have said, I got to do this. Have y'all ever said that? Have you ever said, somebody tells you about something like a gondola ride or, exploring a cave or going on a 6-month journey to explore and do things. So ordinary people have said, I got to do this, and I'm an ordinary person. There was something inside, a voice from the heavens or their ancestry. Who knows? It doesn't matter. What's important is these people chose to answer the call. They showed up despite the fact they suspected they were going to soon be feeling pretty damn uncomfortable in all kinds of ways. But you know what? That's what it takes to change our planet. Let's get uncomfortable. So sometimes getting uncomfortable means discovering something great, discovering that there is so much beauty that we wouldn't have seen, we wouldn't have experienced had we not gotten uncomfortable, had we not taken that step out of our comfort zone and said, okay, I'm going to try, I'm going to do this. It takes that first step. If you don't ever take that first step, then you'll never know. I would never have known about the fairy cave if I hadn't got on the gondola. I would never have seen the beauty from that top of that mountain that was like 7,000 feet high if I hadn't got on the gondola. I would have still been down at the bottom looking up, saying, oh, wow, look at that. Isn't that interesting? I could never do that. But instead, I conquered that fear. We can all conquer our fears, however big or small they are, with taking one step at a time, one decision at a time, just saying, okay, just those words, okay, I'll give it a shot. I will try this. We have Wendy with us this morning. Good morning, Wendy Roberts. I hope you're doing well, honey. And yes, we have our Linda here today. I'm so happy. Stacy, that was powerful. That page, this whole book that Sherry Myers wrote, her book is called It's Too Late to Quit. And, when I was going up that mountain on the gondola, it was too late to quit. I couldn't just open the door and get out. I couldn't say, put the brakes on. I don't want to do this anymore. When I was sitting there with the gondola stopped, I couldn't get out. I had to work through that fear of being miles and miles and miles up in the air above trees and roadway and just sit and enjoy the moment. Enjoy a moment of silence, a moment of experiencing something I had never experienced before. So it just takes a commitment of saying, okay, I'm in, let's do this. And I had Ruth there with me, and Ruth was so calm, and she's like, there's nothing to be afraid of. They'll start us up again as soon as the wind dies down. We'll be able to go and be back on the ground and touch our feet on solid ground at the bottom. So it was really amazing to have that experience yesterday. And I'm so happy I was able to go live and to bring you all there with me. Good morning, Prachetta. Prachetta is starting back to work, looking forward to a weekend. Oh, cool. Well, we're looking forward to that for you, Prachetta. And I hope it's really good for you to be back to work. Christina, what a great cave story and way to step out of your comfort zone. I just looked out my window and the bird bath has a layer of ice over the top. Yikes. Well, I'm so sorry that it's that cold there, but I really love the way things look when they ice over. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I know it looks really cool when water is iced, when it's like a lake or a river, and you get to see that, and it's different than it used to be. So enjoy that, enjoy the moment, and when you can see something that's different than what it looked like before, I think when we can go into that perspective, like, wow, it looks different now. Let me look at the way it looks now. And things change, things don't stay the same. I think that's the lesson we can learn from the water icing is looking at the different ways that it can be. And Stacy says, I have her book. I missed the book club, but I did read it and love it. You can watch the replay of that book club, the videos. Sherry is amazing, and she led us into so many questions where we could really go deeper than just reading the book. Reading the book is awesome, but when you discover things about yourself from reading that book, like getting out of your fear, getting out of your comfort zone, walking the marathon, and not physically, but walking the marathon of life. That's what's really cool about reading this book. Okay, let's see what other comments we got. Yes, Tony, I will come back. I definitely will be back into Michigan. Okay, Wendy, yes, I knew Diana had a new show yesterday. I think I might have been on the gondola at the time that she was doing her show. I'm glad it was good. I'm so happy for her. And let's see. Oh, Stacy, you're asking about the replay. Anytime that we do a live, like this show or any show where people come on live, there's always a replay wherever we're live at. So Diana, I believe, was live on EWN Enlightened Living. So you can go there and find the show that happened yesterday. Okay, what else we got? Prachetta. I'm very scared of dental procedures. You have one tomorrow, Saturday morning, and kindly pray for me. Yes, definitely we will. My mom used to hold my hand. Now Prachir will have to do that duty. Well, let's give Prachir his instructions to hold your hand, to remind you to breathe, and to help you to visualize something that's very awesome. Like, remember when your mom was holding your hand. Remember what that felt like. Remember being comforted. You can visualize that she's right there with you, because I know she will be. And Prachir will be there physically to touch your hand and to help you get through that moment. You'll get through this. You're not alone. And we're going to be praying for that to happen, that you'll get through it just fine. Stacy, I'm wishing y'all a wonderful day. I'm off to get ready for work. It's uncomfortable for me to work outside the home because I'm not used to it. Teri, I think that has been the issue and not the job. It's too late to quit. Yeah, that's good insight, Stacy. When I was still doing a job, a job, I worked outside the home for many, many years. And then I started my own business and worked at home. And I made the statement many times, I could never go back into an office environment or into any type of work environment after working from home, because it's just so different. And I think many people have discovered that now, being forced to work from home with COVID. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being at home during the day instead of fighting traffic and then being someplace outside my home for 8 hours or ever how many hours. So we wish you a good day at work, Stacy, and go in with that attitude. You know, it's a job. It's something that's going to help pay expenses, and be grateful. When we can go into gratitude, that changes everything. And I know you are grateful for that job. So we're wishing you all the best for today. Okay, Christina, I will enjoy the changes from my window. It will be a little warmer then. It certainly will. And that's the other thing. We don't have to go physically to something to be able to enjoy the view. I found that out along this journey, that view that's there, I don't have to step physically into it. I can see it and I can enjoy it, but I don't have to be right where it's happening. So we always have options, always. Sally says windshields need scraping this morning. Come back in January and see Lake Michigan frozen. The frozen waves are amazing. I have to come back because I'm revisiting these land blessing sites wherever they're taking place. And that one was at Lake Michigan. So I can't wait to go back and to see that frozen lake. That will be quite amazing. Okay, what else we got? And Stacy says, I enjoy being home and working from home. I do too. I really enjoy that. And I have for, like I said, many, many years now. Perchetta, thanks so much. My mom used to show her big eyes, big eyes, and scold me. I used to hold the dentist hand and won't allow him to do his job. Prachir is going to have a tough time. You know what? Let's change that. Let's change those words. It's going to be with ease and grace, and you have all of us with you. We're all right there as you go into that experience at the dentist office, and you have nothing to fear. The only thing there is to fear is fear itself. So you can conquer this, and we're all with you. Just remember that you have a family that loves you. You have a family that wants you to have the very best experience you can have while you're there getting the work done that needs to be done. So just keep that foremost in your mind and tell Prachir that it's his job to remind you of that. It is his job to keep you safe in your mind so that you feel safe in your body. And do the breathing. Breathe down into the root chakra because that's where safety and security is. And just know without a doubt that you are safe. And then let those butterflies go. Just release the butterflies. Envision that as you're sitting there in the dentist chair. Just envision all these beautiful butterflies just flying free. Set the butterflies free and just let them go and soar and be beautiful out in the world instead of creating that angst inside of you. So can you do that for me, Prachetta? Can you envision all of us there with you, and we're all watching the butterflies being set free, and you breathing and relaxing and getting the work done that needs to be done. And so Prachir does have a big job. He has a big job to remind you of all of this, all of these things that we're speaking here today that will help you to step out of your comfort zone. Just like, remember, I stepped out of my comfort zone yesterday. You can step out of your comfort zone and just relax and just be. Just think of your favorite song or your mom's favorite song that she would sing. And as you're there in the dentist chair, just let that song be in your head. Okay? So, oh, cool. Wendy just said, Prachetta, chant in your head while being in the dentist chair. Yeah. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Just do that, or a beautiful song that you enjoy. whatever it takes to get to that state of relaxation. We know you will. Okay, I see your commitment, 100%. Awesome. I'm so glad, Prachetta. And we're all with you, and it's going to be just fine. You're going to get through that time with ease and grace. And Julie Kiss, good morning to you. How are you, Julie? And how is Linda? Give us some good news this morning. We can all use good news. My sister, Billy Hawkins, good morning, good morning. And let's see, what else we got? Kathy Hand. Good morning, Kathy. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I know you're on your way to work, and wishing you a blessed day at work. And I hope it's a really good one for you. And thank you. Thank you, Kathy, for what you do and for the very important job that you have on the front line. And I know you probably don't consider yourself on the front line, but you are. As you work in that lab and process specimens, it is a very important job. And Tammy Fisk, hello, honey. And she's sending calming vibes to Prachetta. Prachetta, just envision that we're all right there with you. I don't know when, if you can let us know when you'll be there at that dentist office doing that procedure. We can all be there at that moment and chanting with you or singing to you, breathing with you. We'll all be there as your support system. Oh, good morning, Shri. Thank you and gratitude right back to you for being here today. Tammy said, this is a beautiful way to start your day with friends and prayers. Yes, it is. That's what we do every day. We come on and just socialize with each other and just love on each other and share in whatever is going on, whatever it is that's needed in your life at this moment. We're here for you. And we're all in this together. We're not separate, like that page that I read from Sherry's book. We are not separate. We are all one. And we're all enjoying this journey together. Sometimes there's things that pop up. That's life. There's things that come to us that we have to deal with. But we can choose. That's the beauty of being in this human body. We have freedom of choice. We can choose what we're going to do, how we're going to respond and react. And we can, along the way, pick up the little tools and tips that are going to help us through all of that experience. So whenever something comes up, like let's say an uncomfortable time with a doctor, a dentist, whatever it might be, you can pull on those tools that you already have inside of you, the tools that you have learned of how to deal with life, like the deep breathing, the heart-brain coherence. I can't stress how important it is to do that one little thing. In 3 minutes, you go into coherence with your brain and your heart. And your heart will never lie to you. Your heart is going to tell you you are safe. There's nothing to be afraid of. So when you go into the heart-brain coherence, you reach a higher state of mind, a higher brain state. And in that brain state, you relax in your body. You let your cells do what they need to do to heal and to repair. And you focus. And when you're focused on your breath, or you're focused on, let's say, a chant that you know, or some words that you know help to calm you down, then everything flows. You get into really the flow of what it is that you're going through, and you don't tense up and tighten up and go into the energy of fear. So the heart-brain coherence, I'll just go over that with you so you can remember it tomorrow, and all of us can remember it whenever we need it, or even just to do it. It's great to do it every day. So the heart-brain coherence has 3 parts to it. The first part is you touch your heart center. And Prachetta, I'm sure you'll probably have to do this before you even get in the dental chair. But for any of us that are going through anything, just touch your heart center. Where you touch on your body brings your focus there. So touching the heart brings you into that heart that's going to connect with your brain. So the next thing you do is slow down your breathing. When we're in fear or anxiety, our breath is shallow and we forget to breathe. We forget to say, all right, I'm taking a breath in. And you can physically say that if you want, or in your mind, I'm taking a breath in now. And you slow that breath down, like to the count of 5, and you breathe in, and then you breathe out just as slowly. So touch your heart center, take a slow, deep breath, exhale it very slowly out, and then add gratitude in there. Gratitude, or something that's very beautiful to you. That's why I said a song that you love or that your mom used to sing to you, or maybe it's a beautiful sunset or a sunrise, or just a beautiful experience that you've had. Maybe it's the warmth that you feel when you come into this show every morning and you're with your family that's here. So those are the parts of the heart-brain coherence. You touch your heart center, you slow down your breath, and then you add in a wonderful feeling of gratitude, appreciation, care, whatever it may be that you're holding in there. And this takes you into a higher brain state. This is called the gamma state. And this exercise is called the heart-brain coherence, where your heart and your brain are communicating. And it really does change your physical body because you're in that flow state. Everything is working perfectly when you do this. So Prachetta, I want your promise that you'll do this tomorrow before you even get in the dental chair, while you're waiting to go back for that procedure. Go ahead and do this. Have Prachir do it with you so that you're both in that state of mind and that state of being when you go into for the procedure. And Kathy Hand, yes, this is our angel family for sure. Good morning, John Thaddeus Fiore. Happy Friday to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well today. And your appointment with the dentist is 11:30 a.m. India time. I'm not sure what that translates to in our time here in the States, Prachetta, but I will figure it out and we will all be with you. If you can just tell me what time it is there now, I think I can get the time difference for us. Okay, what else do we have here? Prachetta says, Prachir will be with me all along as he has been with me all this while. Good. You need that support from him, and he's there for you. I'm so happy and so proud of Prachir for stepping up and being there for you. And Julie says, Linda Kiss is doing well. They took the lump out. So very proud of her. She will leave for Florida on the 22nd and start her treatments down there. Thank you all for keeping her in your prayers. Oh, you're so welcome, honey. And thank you for that good news. What part of Florida is she going to? Because we have our Stacy that's in Florida, as well as Linda Lemieux. Rick is in Florida with his wife, Josie. So we have our family that's down there where she's going, depending on what part of the state she's in. And I'm seeing that it is time for prayers. So I'm going to type that in this morning. Oops. If my fingers will type. Okay, so right now it's 5:43 in the evening. So that's 9 hours difference from us. So 11:30 a.m. will be 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. No, Mountain time. Sorry. 2 a.m. Mountain time and 4 a.m. in the Eastern time. Thank you, Prachetta. Oh, you're so welcome, Prachetta. And Prachetta, I don't know if you were on at the beginning of the show today. I explored a fairy cave yesterday, and it was so cool. If you missed that story and the story of the fairy cave, please watch the first of the show after it's over. Watch the replay. Erica's asking for healing for all. Thank you, Erica. And putting you in my prayers today, too, for that job that you're exploring and trying to find. And that job's trying to find you. I know there's one out there for you, Erica. So we're putting you in and lifting you up in our prayer circle. And Julie says they live in Titusville 6 months out of the year. Okay. Not sure how far away Titusville is from Linda and Stacy, but we can figure that out. And Suzanne, please pray for my whole family, especially my daughters, and for Luna. How's Luna doing today? Is she any better? And I know Charlie was on earlier. Charlie's dog, Sunny, has, I think, an ear infection and had to get some medicine yesterday at the vet. So let's put Sunny and Luna in our prayers today. Linda's requesting prayers for muscle spasms in her back and shoulders. Okay, let's send a little healing energy out when we do a prayer time today. Deirdre, continued prayers for Dick Lemieux and everyone that's suffering, and world peace, of course. Thank you, Dee. And Prachetta, special gratitude and thanks. Prayers for my dearest fairy, Teri Ma'am, for being in our lives. Lots of good health prayers for Shantae, Tony, Wendy, Stacy, and beautiful Hope. Prayers of abundance, courage, strength, and happiness for Tracy, David, Brachir, Neil, and my soul sister, Sally. Lots and lots of love for everyone. Thank you, Prachetta. I'm hoping that I get to do a live with Shantae when I go out to California. I'll be out visiting with her. It's one of the stops I'll make in California, as well as Karen Palmer. So I know there's 2 people at least. Hopefully I'll see Lisa Jo Davis as well when I get to California. Suzanne, taking her to the vet. She is still throwing up. Oh, we're sending prayers her way, honey. Lifting up your Luna. She's so beautiful. So let's keep her in our prayers. And yes, you're so welcome, Charlie. Prayers for Sunny and prayers for Charlie. Let's put Charlie in our prayers today. And you're so welcome, Suzanne. And Billy, we're putting you in our prayers today with your son, Brian, and all your kids. Let's just put them all in there today. All of Billy's children. And for my sister, Loretta, and her husband, Cecil, please help me lift them up. Thank you, Suzanne. You're so welcome. And Julie, prayers for all in need. Thank you, God, for all our blessings. Okay. Any other prayers? Yes, Erica, Christine, too. Good morning, Isabel. Thank you for coming in this morning. And Linda says, prayers for all. And thank you. You're welcome. Prachetta says, that would be lovely, ma'am. Kindly meet my friends, Namita and Monica. They are sisters and live in California. Prachetta, please connect me with them because I would love to I don't know what part of California they live in, but I would love to meet them when I go out there. And my baby brother, what time is it? 8 o'clock. In 1 hour, my little brother Gary will be undergoing surgery. So please keep him in your prayers. I sent him a message this morning already and let him know that I was praying for him and lifting him up. And let's really pray that this will resolve the pain issue that's going on with him. So if you would help me to lift him up, I would really appreciate that. And thank you for that reminder, Pachetta. Okay, who else? Charlie, you have a friend, Lisa Newman, that we've been putting in. I think she had her surgery yesterday, right? So we're putting Lisa Newman in for prayers. Yes, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Let's just spread that love out over our planet. May every inhabitant on the planet really feel our prayers and feel into our love today. Thank you, Brachetta. Absolutely. Let's manifest good health for all. When we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, one of our intentions is may all beings everywhere be happy, healthy, free, and may we have peace on earth. That's our big, big intention with this chant. Isabel, thank you. Prayers for all in need. And I see that it is time for our prayers. So let's do that heart-brain coherence that I taught you just a little bit ago, where you touch your heart center. Just touch that space where your beautiful spirit is inside of you, this high heart area. Just put your hand there and just feel the energy. Just feel your own energy and start to breathe in, filling your lungs. Exhale that breath out. Let go of anything you're holding on to when you breathe out. And then with your next in-breath, I want you to focus on something really powerfully good in your life. Whether that's a song, a person, an animal, a situation, an experience, whatever it is that brings you to a really good state of mind, I want you to remember that right now. And just continue to breathe in deeply and breathe out deeply. And let's do this a few more times. Breathe in, filling all of your lung space. Remember something joyful. And exhale anything out that's you're holding on to. Any of the fear, any anxiety, any pain. Just breathe it out. And continue to do that. And I want you to visualize with me a winter scene. Sometimes when it's winter and there's rain or snow, it freezes on the tree limbs. So just envision these bare tree limbs with beautiful icicles on them. See them glistening with the sun shining down. When the sun hits them, it looks like diamonds. They just shine so bright. And you can feel the coolness in the air. Just feel how fresh that feels to have it on your face. As you breathe out, envision that you can see your breath from the coolness of the air and the heat of your breath. It creates this look like smoke coming out of you. You're a little dragon right now. And as you breathe out on that out breath, just see that going out from you. See the mist. And look again at those tree branches. Look at how beautiful that is. Sometimes we complain about things like the cold. I know I do. We complain that it's too cold. But just look at the beauty that can happen when it's that cold. Look at how a lake can freeze over and just see how beautiful that is. Watch as the sun glistens on the lake or on the river, whatever you're envisioning. Maybe it's Christina's bird bath. Just see that ice that's there on the top and watch as the sun hits it. And then watch it start to slowly melt. And maybe if you're looking at the tree branch, you see the little droplets of water as the icicles start to melt. And they change shape and they get smaller. And then it's back to just the tree branch. There's always change. That's the given that we have in life. With each now moment, things can look different. And with each now moment, we can choose how we see those things in our lives. We can choose to look at them in a way that makes us feel uncomfortable or makes us feel anxious. Or we can choose to look at those things in our life with joy, with awe, with wonder, with acceptance, with just being in the now moment, focusing on the breath, focusing on what beauty we can find in everything in life. Everything. Even those things which normally we might say, oh, that's awful. See if you can find the beauty in there somewhere, even if it's beauty in the experience that you're having. We learn from our experiences. They shape us. They make us who we are. If you're having an experience of pain, just say to that pain, thank you for that experience. Now I choose to have a different experience. Now I choose for that pain to leave my body. And I'll learn from that experience. And I'll be different and changed with my next now moment. When we change the way we look at things, those things do change because we change. When we look at all of these prayer requests that have been given out today, people who are suffering, people who are going through an experience, let's look at it in its perfection. Let's see that experience for them as being for their best and highest good. Whatever needs to happen to bring them to perfect health, or to resolve an issue, or for them to learn a lesson in life. Let's look at the perfection of that. And let's give gratitude. So much gratitude for everything in life, for breathing. We're alive. We have a day that we can do something with. We have a clean slate to start this day. We don't have to keep regurgitating what was behind us. We can envision that we have a whiteboard and a marker, and we can make this day whatever we want it to be. What experience do you want to have today? What emotion do you want to feel? What goal do you want to put out there to reach or to start moving forward with? What fear will you conquer today? Just write that. Write it on your whiteboard right now. How do you want your day to look? What do you want to experience in this now day that you have? Let's just take a breath in together and just visualize what you are going to do with this moment, with this day. And now as you have visualized that, just intend for it to be that way. Just set that intention and claim it. Just like every night we proclaim that there is peace on earth, because that peace has to begin inside of us. And if we proclaim there's peace inside of us, then that peace goes out into our world. We create it. We create it with our words, with our thoughts, with our every action. So let's proclaim that together. I proclaim that there is peace on earth and that it does begin inside of me. And this day, I will be peaceful. I will be joyful. I will put a smile on my face. I will say a warm hello to others. This is how we change the world. One moment at a time, one person at a time. I'm so grateful for all of you. Let's share some love with each other. Let's just really love on this family that has been created. All of you that have gathered together, just pick one, just one person. Just hold them and just say to them, whatever you're going through, whatever is happening in your life, I love you and I'm there for you. I'll stand by you. And now let's do our heart telephone. On the count of 3, we are going to say thank you, because it's all about the gratitude. When we can go into that gratitude for each other, it really does change us and it shifts things. So on the count of 3, we're saying thank you. I love you. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so much. You are such a huge part of my life. Thank you for being with me this morning and with each other. Thank you for surrounding each other with love, with care, with compassion, and for just knowing that you are not alone. It makes all the difference in the world. Thank you, everyone. Marietta, good morning, darling. Sharon Boyle. Oh, I'm so glad you were here, Sharon. We love you, honey, and we're surrounding you. Oh, you're so welcome, Rick. Feel better. Get out of that hospital. Don't make me have to come back to Florida and bust you out of that hospital. Give Josie my love and tell her I said to drag you out of there. You're so welcome. I love you all. I love you so, so much. Lifting you all up today for a blessing. I'm off somewhere. I don't even know where I'm going today, but I know it's going to be fun. And I know that whatever happens, I will share it with you, because this is our journey. You all are right here with me right now on this mountaintop, enjoying all the beauty, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the peace and the love, and renewing. Is what this time is about, is renewal. Sharon says, great news. My mom and I just received our Moldavite. I gifted her. It's so powerful. I feel like I have done a bowl session. Oh, good. That's great, Sharon. I love Moldavite. It's a beautiful stone. Charlie, you're so welcome. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I see Deirdre has typed in our words, these words that are so special, that have such meaning, and that also remind me that we are creating a book with our Angelic River family. And the book is called Namaste, Y'all. And if you have not given me your chapter or your words that you want in the book. It doesn't have to be a full chapter. It can be a poem. It can be just a page of writing that you want to share. Whatever it is, just email it to me. I'm going to type in my email. So send me your information that you want in the book, and let's get this done by the end of the year. I've received some, but I want more. I want to hear from all of you that want your words in the book. It's your book. So let's make it special and make it beautiful, just as you are every day when you come on here. So our closing words, and thank you, Deirdre, for these words. It's namaste, y'all. Have a beautiful, blessed day, everyone. I love you. I'll see you later.